Okay, this is my second opinion on the Pontiac Firebird, why the Pontiac Firebird should be the first Pontiac made. First of all, GM has spent a numerous amount of dollars to design the Camaro. And especially it wasn't even designed in this country, it's been designed in Australia. Australia, they did a great job designing the car, but it cost them a fortune. What they should do is pay off that Camaro design by making the Pontiac Firebird a special edition or somewhat similar to that. There's going to be a lot of customizing that you can do, and which is would be greatly appreciated by people like me who like these performance cars. And Camaro is not what it should be without the Firebird and the Trans Am. It's always been since the 60s, all the way up to 2002. It's been like apple pie to the American public. It's what we know. It's what we do. Mr. Fritz Henderson, please, if you can, I'll give you good reasons why the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am should be made. It'll cut costs for the Camaro. Basically, you got two cars sharing the platform, but they're virtually and body-wise would be a little different, or totally different. Also, the Pontiac would have a better interior, which, like for example, on the Camaro you could get the navigation on the top of the line. On a Firebird Trans Am you could get on the midline. Another thing what I would differentiate is the engine choices. Mr. Fritz, listen to me. There are things good that happened in the past, like the 80s. Remember that 350 Chevy? I love that engine. It's reliable. It's a workhorse. It's fast. It has amounts of torque and a decent amount of horsepower even for those days. What I would do is I would put direct injection on it. I would put a better performing computer so they would meet the onboard diagnostics 2. Or maybe in the future there'll be onboard diagnostics 3, from which I hear. I don't know if it's true or not, but you can do that. You could have a better interior car with the Firebird. And it's more of a class where people like me who have been driving Firebirds and Camaros for a long time. I had one, and I loved it. I miss it dearly. I would love to have maybe another one added in the garage. And another thing that I would also stress is that the Firebird would pay off in amount of people that come and buy from GM. Those BMW owners that would want to go to BMW come to Pontiac because it's less expensive than BMW. It's just as reliable or even better in reliability, and it's a fancier, flashier car than the Chevy. I love that car. I mean, there are a lot of people like me and a lot of customers that race them on Sunday and buy on Monday. We recommend that brand. Other thing is that you could make so much different kind of performance parts, and you could also, instead of having the aftermarket come out and giving them a patent to come out, why don't you design it in-house from General Motors? General Motors and Pontiac will be its own house design of these high-performance, beautiful cars. Camaro is a very beautiful car. It's a very qualified car. It's competitive. It's compelling. It's beautiful. But the Firebird is one bar a little bit higher than the Camaro can be. It's something that you should at least consider. Don't kill a good thing. And another thing, I would make the Pontiac division a little different, but you got to start with the Firebird. There are a lot of fans like me. Look at Facebook. That's how come I decided to do this. I saw GM engineers driving the Chevy Volt and all that. That's how come I decided to make my own video. Hopefully, it will get transferred out there somehow, and I really want to see Pontiac and GM become a stronger company. I am for the restructuring, but sometimes the restructuring can be altered. You know, and Firebird is a history. It's one of the best-selling Pontiac cars ever in its years back in the 70s. In the 80s it was a pretty big hit, maybe not as major as 70s, but it still was a major hit. When I saw that Firebird, the first time I laid my eyes and my hands on one, I was like in heaven. It's really, really emotional for me, and other fans of the Firebird and the Pontiac. So please consider this. Make the Pontiac Firebird as the first design. It should start the restructuring of GM overall, but GM is the heart and soul. It's the second division to Chevy. It's definitely something that has a lot of history. You just can't put an end to that. What I can do is, that's all I can tell you and try to convince you, but it's really up to you to consider this, and I hope you would really consider this. And that's all I got to say. Thank you, and I appreciate people listening to me and taking their time to do that. Thank you, and have a great day.